Whew. It's a bit chilly this morning, isn't it? A bit fresh. At least there's a blue sky. Well, autumn is upon us now, and I've got to start thinking about preparing for autumn because it's going to get colder and I don't have any central heating. And I think what I need to do is to bring in, oh, I didn't pull those out just in case, they're all a bit reliant on these, bring some of the logs in. And oh look, my tomatoes are doing quite well. I think they're probably ready to pick. I don't know what variety they are. They're a strange ones. They're sort of black and maybe they're purple ones. I don't know. But they're not going to get any riper. I don't think. They don't get any sun here, so they're probably worth bringing them in. I've also got some other ones. Thanks to Steve Mitchell, by the way, who gave them to me. It's not been a huge success in my garden because it's north facing. But, you know, we tried. I don't have much space in my garden because mostly it's taken up by wood. But talking of that, the logs have got to come in. I don't want them to get too damp, so I think I'll take some from over there first. There we go. I get my logs from a chap in up the road, really, near Chanterbury Ring. A very nice chap called John. And he's very generously said that although the prices of fuel is going up, and the cost of living crisis and blah, 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 and all, we know all about that, he's not putting the price of the logs I get up by very much this year, which is good news. Also, my potatoes probably need harvesting. I've actually taken some of them. I've been growing them in these bags here for, well, the last 3 or 4 months. I don't know how long it was. Again, Steve Mitchell, thank you very much for sending over the seeds, the seeding potatoes, but we've been growing them like this on here, keeping them watered, and I have harvested some of them and they taste very nice actually, but my friend Sean said it's probably a good idea now to start harvesting them all. Quite where I'll put them and what I'll do with them, I don't know. You've probably seen me do this before, stacking up the old logs and what have you. But this time I've got this in the way, which is a lovely little bit of a shelf unit that actually came from Tim Tricker, who was emptying a shed and he didn't need it anymore. And temporarily I put it in my hallway and it's been very useful. Got books on it, it's got props that I use in some of the videos and all of that. So I have, for the moment, nowhere else to put it. So I think I'm going to shove the logs either side of this for the time being. Right, I think I normally bring in a hell of a lot more than this, but because of the unit here, I'm just not going to. I could put some by the front door, but that will probably fall in. So I'll just try and sort of keep topping this up as I use it. The idea is really to dry it out so it burns hotter and is more effective, because if it does get damp, then of course it can just not be as effective in the wood burning stove. And I love my wood burning stove, as you know. We know that fuel prices are going up and the cost of living and everything is expensive. And I know that people are worried about their gas and electricity bill. Well, I'm lucky, as you probably know, long-term viewers will know, of course, that my wood burning stove, the SE Ironheart, it heats the water. I cook off it. It heats most of the, well, I can't say it heats the whole house. It does depend how cold the weather is outside, but it certainly heats the kitchen and brings heat in here. In my front room, I have another wood burning stove, which heats that. And between the two, the heat, of course, rises. And then I don't have a spin dryer or a washer dryer, whatever you call it, the tumble dryer. That's the word. I knew it was technical. I don't have that, so I use the heat from the wood burning stove in the kitchen to dry my linen and stuff. So it's I find it's actually it used to be comparable, but now it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper. And as I said before, I'm very lucky that my woodman is not putting up the prices too much. So I think it's certainly value for money in this weird world of globalization. Plus the fact my money goes to a local supplier rather than the big 6 energy suppliers. And it's better to put it in the local economy, I feel. Right, I've got another job to do. It's turned out to be a lovely day, actually. What a beautiful day. I'm just walking up to a shop to buy some paint. I've decided, after, I don't know, a whole year or 2 looking at my front door, which is despicable, really needs changing, I admit, that it needs a good paint job for the autumn and the winter. So I'm kind of in this mode to get on and do autumny jobs, prepare up the house. So you may see a little bit of that from time to time as we go on. But right, let's get to the shop. I could have gone in my van, of course, but it's nice to have the exercise. It's a lovely day. It's only a quarter of a mile up the road, so it's nothing. It's black gloss I want. Bathroom, that's not the thing. Be a nuisance if I don't have any. Wood paint, black gloss. Bloody hell. 18.99. It's probably the best stuff though. It's got a picture of a door on it. Right. Presumably I'll need some white spirit. I've got some somewhere. Turns out I misread the sign. I thought it was 18.99. I'll have to look at the footage again. But he said no, it's 24.99, so it's 25 quid for a small tin of paint just to paint the front door. So that was a bit more than I expected. However, it says it's got a 10-year guaranteed. I don't think the door's got 10 years in it, but if it lasts over the winter, I guess it's better than replacing the whole door, which I've been meaning to do for years. But it'll survive another 3 or 4 years, I think. Anyway, it's a job that needs doing, so I've swallowed my pride and let's get on with it. There's 50p on the ground here. I suddenly thought to myself, do you know what? I'm on a winner. Turns out some wag has glued it to the pavement. It's actually glued to the pavement, you can't pick it up. I guess if you were that desperate, you'd get a knife and prise the bloody thing up. I was expecting cameras somewhere to be filming. Who's picking up that 50p? Well, it was effective though. Right, so I'm not 50p better off, but it did make me laugh, so that's the main thing. I mentioned at the beginning that it was autumn, and I'm just looking before I get back and start these tasks. Are the colours of the trees changing? There's a whole load here, down here, look, there's a whole load of leaves. They've got to be this year, they can't be from last year. They wouldn't have lasted on the pavement, surely. These are lime trees, broadleaf lime trees here, look, above me. And there's more in front, and they are beginning to turn, but they have yet to fully turn. It'll be lovely to get out and see those autumn colours, won't it? In due course. Here they are. Gloves, which are always going to be useful. Thanks to Tim for supplying some gloves, very kind bloke, and a brush. I need a brush. In the end, I thought I had some white spirit, and I was slightly shocked when I had that £25 cost for the paint, where I don't know I put it now. But I couldn't find the white spirit, but I have found some paraffin that I've got, and I think that'll do the stuff. It's pretty much the same thing. So I'm hoping, I just need a cloth, and I'm all set to paint the door. Here it is. Oh yes, and a trusty spoon. Need that, the handle of the spoon. I haven't got a screwdriver to hand, so trusty spoon will elbow the lid of this off. At least that's the plan. And it's a nice day, so it should dry relatively quickly. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you should have sanded this down, you should have got rid of all the dirt and dust, you should have made sure the surfaces are clean. And you're quite right, I should have done. But I'm not really going to bother with that. I'm just going to slap the paint on. I just want to get this done. Some people, you know, professionals and what have you, will ponce about with all the niceties and keeping their customers happy, I dare say. You know, presumably you should take all the numbers and all of that. I'm not going to bother. I'm not a professional. Clearly, they say, clearly. I might just brush it with a brush and that's it. So I'm going to set the GoPro up somewhere and time lapse me painting the door, and we'll see how it comes out. And there we go, it's done. And actually, I've only put the brush away and it's dry. So I could put another coat straight on, probably, but I might let it dry a little bit further. As I say, it needs another coat really, because it's all a bit rubbish, but it's a ganky old door. There's already paint around the doorknobs and stuff and around some of these fixtures and fittings that was already there, so I've been a bit careful, but it's a vast improvement on what it was, and it will do the job. So another slap of paint on the main areas, and that's it. But I think it's time for a cup of tea now. I'm looking forward to it. There it is, nice cup of tea. Oh, lovely. And found some radishes to eat up. Of course, I ought to go and get those tomatoes we saw at the beginning. Just suddenly thought that would be a good idea. I like radishes. Sorry, it's rude to eat and talk at the same time. I've also got some rye vita with a bit of cheese on, which I'm going to eat in a second. But I thought for a moment I would just because I thought about the rye vita, I just thought I'd mention that years ago, at the beginning of this year, I stopped eating bread. I did it for a month, and then I went back to sort of cooking my own bread, and then I stopped cooking my own bread because I was using heritage wheats and various things like that, and it was just failing. The bread was just not working out for me. So in the end, I thought, this is too much, I don't understand. I just stopped making bread altogether, and I've started eating things like rye vita. Because on the packet, and this is not a promotion by the way, or I'm not paid to say any of this, but it just has rye as the ingredient. There doesn't seem to be anything else, no ingredient to hold it together. There's got to be something, but it's not advertised, so it's not on the packet, so I don't quite understand that. But I would like to get back into baking some bread with heritage wheat and things, but because they're better for you than the old thing. But I haven't really missed bread during the summer. Maybe in the winter, when we get onto winter warmers like soups and things, it would be lovely to have some rolls. So I think that might be the next task that I do. But anyway, I'm going to have a cup of tea. Because we all like a cup of tea, especially in England, and it's a very English thing to do. Julia and I are desperate to find a lovely little tea set with cups and saucers and a sugar bowl, a milk jug and the teapot itself from a charity shop. You can buy all this stuff online, but we don't want to do that. I'm going to buy a nice complete set that's very quintessentially English. Anyway, I'm going to have my rye vita and a larger lump of cheese and the last of the garlic farm stuff that lovely Nigel Sadler gave to me on my birthday. There's the last bits. I've been eking it out. Cheers. So I thought, let's try the little beasts. I don't know if they're ready, if they're ripe. I don't really know anything about them, to be honest with you. They're just not the normal tomatoes that I'm used to, like, you know, the red ones. So this one looks slightly orangey and purple, and this one is purple and green. Maybe that goes orangey red. I don't know. But I'm going to take a knife. I'm going to slice them in half, like this. So let's try it, shall we? I'm going to try this big fat piece first. And it tastes fresh. I mean, it is fresh, so it's freshly grown. There's a lot more flavour, definitely. You know, the ones that you get, certain ones taste better than others. I was just looking then to see if I had some from previous shopping expeditions. They're nice, very nice. It's just I haven't got very many of them. They're slow. I'm not sure this one's ripe, so I might just leave this one on the side to see if it will ripen up and try it a bit later. But yeah, very nice. Thank you, Steve. Love it. We'll leave that over there. Here she is.
Well, hello.
How are you, my dear?
Not too bad, thank you. All the better for seeing thou.
Well, oops, banging into the...
Winged mirror.
with the winged mirror. You're parking at my rear?
Well, I was perhaps going to park in front of the...
Oh, you're going to park in front of my rear?
Yes.
Not by my left ear. Excellent. Shumty up there then.
Cool, I'll see you in a minute.
Yes. So I'm going to purloin your help, lovely Julia.
Excellent, purloin away.
Purloin away. We are going to delve into these potatoes and get them out.
Yes.
I've done some and I've cooked them and they're very tasty. But as I said earlier, Sean, the gardening expert, he said probably best now to harvest the whole lot, shove them in a bag and put them in a dark place, and they should keep up for several months.
Yeah.
So, because I just thought they'll go off, because when you buy commercial ones, they just go off within days.
No, as long as you can keep as much light out as possible.
Oh, right,
It
okay.
should stay, yeah. Sean
Well,
knows what he's talking about.
Excellent. Well, I've got an old washing up bowl there.
Right, I'll pop
So
that there.
we're going
Start
to...
delving. Oh, let me just remove my rings.
Yeah, take your rings off. You don't want to lose those in the order of things. And then I guess the rest of the plants have sort of had it, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed you've had at least one snail lay eggs on here. A couple of nights ago, I had a whole army of tiny little snails on my hand as you were reading to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do occasionally read to the lovely Julia, because, you know, it's nice.
Yes,
And so, yeah, so he said, you know, shove them on the mulching pile. Not the mulching pile, what is it, the compost? I don't really have a compost, so they'll go in the bin. So now I'm holding a camera, so I'm going to get you...
To do the dirty work.
To do the dirty work, yeah.
For the record. For the record, I did offer.
You did?
I did. Don't know whether I'm doing it the right way or not.
Well, actually, that looks far better than what I was doing, because you're pulling up the stem of the plant and then taking all the potatoes off the roots, aren't you?
Yeah.
Whereas I was just digging, when I was harvesting them myself, lifting them, I think they say.
Oh yeah, lifting them, that's right.
Lifting them.
He's remembered the terminology.
Yes, I know, it's like all alien language to me. Although, of course, you want to be a farmer.
But no, it is quite a good technique, actually, yanking it up by the stem, because it means that you've left a hole for your hand to get into to feel for the rest of the potato.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. And of course, you're not keeping, because I was trying to keep the plant at the same time. I didn't want to damage the plant, but.
Whereas I had more of an issue with the snails on mine, so I had to start using them earlier.
Yeah. The ones you've got at home.
I had to actually demolish a couple of the plants anyway.
Right.
Because of the damage. I couldn't recover them. But I think that one's done.
Oh, cool. Okay. I suppose it doesn't really matter. What does it say on it? On the bag? I can't remember what variety it is.
Mary Piper.
Oh, Maris Piper. And this is what they are looking like.
A bit grubby, but...
So, yeah, there's one more Maris Piper, I think. And the other ones are Sweet Charlotte, Sweet... Oh, that's Maris Piper.
This one is as well. Right. Just a few tiny ones left on that one. There'll be more underneath somewhere. One.
So do you think I can just keep them all together? Can I just keep them in the same pot? Does it really matter?
No,
I'm going to separate them and go, these are Maris Pipers and these are Charlottes.
As you'll use them as per the size for their usefulness.
Yeah, just shove them in. Yeah, we won't know the difference. Who cares, eh? Who cares, dares? No, I don't care.
Any more for any more? Two more. Another one.
It's a bit like Christmas, isn't it?
It's a lucky dip. A lucky potato dip.
Ah, yeah.
But it sounds tastier than it is. Don't want a dirt dip.
So I think what we'll have to do is think of lots of recipes with potatoes in, like potato soup and chips and potato risotto and potato shepherd's pie, mince pie, cabbage pie,
Yep.
bangers and mash, potatoes and spuds.
Yep.
That's always a nice one.
Potatoes and spuds.
Yes, it's a
Roast
nice,
potatoes.
yeah, roast potatoes. Oh yeah, you do lovely roast potatoes.
Thanks. I like
Yeah,
them.
she does brilliant ones. Wow, look at that lot.
Maybe we'll have to do a roast potato, a roast dinner
Yes.
on camera sometime. It's a nice little hoard of potatoes here.
Wow, that's quite a bit. We've done well.
Yeah.
We've done well. We've done well there. Washed them up, and they're looking pretty good, aren't they?
Yep.
They're looking very nice. Well done. Thank you for your help.
Oh, thank you for letting me help.
Some are looking a little bit suspect, and not. I mean, if you peeled them, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure.
Don't know if they'll keep.
No, I think I might lob them. But mainly, the others is a nice selection, so we can do something with.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for your help. Now, we need to find out about your caravan.
Yes.
But we'll do that in a mo. Well, we are lucky to be living by the coast.
I'd say so too.
It's a very nice place, really. On a day like this, in the autumn, it is actually quite lovely. But we're not here to talk about the merits of living in Worthing on this video.
And the various gems that Worthing has.
Exactly. If anybody hasn't been watching the channel recently, you may not have spotted, although 40, how many was it?
47,000.
47,000. It must be one of the biggest successful videos that I've ever had on the channel. Which
So quickly, anyway.
So, yes, you know, in a matter of 48, 36, 24 hours. And there's nothing really to do with the Baltic
Views,
Explorer.
Did we say views?
Yes, 46,000 views.
Just a random video.
A random video about selling a caravan.
We didn't. I don't even think we said the make or model, did we?
No, I don't think we did. We did. We said it was a Freelander, but we just said it was selling a caravan. The point is, it went ballistic. Lots of people obviously were interested. You put the caravan up for sale also on Marketplace, on Facebook. But the thing we want to know is, has it sold?
Yes.
Oh, that's good news.
Broke my heart to sell it. I didn't want to, but as my parents were gracious enough to buy me the caravan in the first place and let me live in it on their caravan, well, not living it, toing and froing.
Yeah, over the summer holidays.
Spent a fair chunk of the summer holidays in it.
Yes.
Nice bolt hole.
So did you get the money back that your parents paid so you could repay them?
Almost, yes.
Oh, almost, yes.
Yes, I got the asking price.
Oh, brilliant. Oh,
I got the
you
asking
weren't
price.
you weren't bartered down.
Oh, everybody tried. There was so much interest, and so many people were trying to barter me down. I had the impression that a lot of them, or not most of them, were just looking to buy it as a bargain, which it was.
It was a bargain to begin with, but
And
they wanted...
exactly, and they were trying to barter it down. I mean, trying to barter before we'd even seen it.
Yeah, that was nonsense. So it's
So
sold?
I'm pretty sure they wanted to sell it on and get more money. So it's sold to a lovely family who are going to continue the love for it and continue having lots of lovely family time in it, which is what I'd hoped to continue doing, but
well,
I couldn't pay my parents back without selling it.
No, of course not. So I'm interested now to see if that video continues to go up, even though now we've told people it's sold, whether there will still be mad interest in a Caravan that's no longer available. But well done and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's kind of it for this video. I've achieved most of the things I wanted to achieve. I've got my door done, the potatoes are up, thanks for your help on that.
My pleasure.
The tomatoes have been tested, and there was something else I did at the beginning which I've forgotten to do, but there you are.
But you've been super productive today, well done.
I have. Autumn is coming and you've got to be prepared.
You must.
So don't forget to tune in next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and all those good things, and we'll see you on the next one.
Have a cheesy thumbs up.
Yeah.